What's up, beautiful people? Everybody has been asking me how I got this big blemish on my nose. Okay, so instead of answering all of you guys individually, I just decided to go ahead and do a video about it, telling you how I got it, what type of products I used, and what I didn't use to get it, what I'm doing to prevent it and heal it, and then also I'm going to teach you a 15 to 20 minute quick makeup routine, a quick soft glam routine, so you can learn how to cover your blemishes or demarcations at home, and so you can learn what not to do. Okay, I'm gonna save you some time because I don't want y'all to do what I did. Okay, because now I gotta do a 6-month healing process, but it's okay because if y'all do it, because I know most of y'all are, because I did it. So I don't know why we don't listen. We're hard-headed, but at the end of the day, I know how to treat it. I know what not to do no more. And I'm going to pass that information on to you. So if you want to learn how to do this look, go ahead and stay tuned. If you want to learn what not to do to get a big blemish on your nose, stay tuned. And if you want to learn some new skincare tricks, stay tuned. Okay? What's up, everybody? Lynn here. I had to come on here and give you guys a little backstory on what happened to my nose. Okay, so coming from a skin girly who has never had like this severe amount of issues with their skin, y'all, it was crazy. It is crazy, okay, because your girl's never had anything like this happen to her skin. So I'm using the hyaluronic acid watermelon fruit extract for setting spray. I always use that just to kind of moisturize the skin. Feels so good. As you can see, my skin is good everywhere else except for here. So basically what happened was your girl was testing out some skincare products. Okay, and guess what my dumb self did? And guess what product I used? Can anybody guess? Nobody's gonna guess because it's something so simple. Something that we all should already be doing. Something that I should have already been doing. So I was completing my skincare routine for a couple days and then I got distracted. So the product I was using was some retinoid all over my skin, and guess what I did? Guess what I didn't do? I did not put on sunscreen when I went outside. So if a lot of you guys know, retinoid, they say, I thought I had the product with me, they say you're supposed to wear SPF as soon as you go outside because it's basically thinning out the skin. So when the product is thinning out the skin, you have to protect it with sunscreen after that. I didn't do that. And I'm so upset about it because it caused me, the retinoid basically thins out the skin to help kind of clear up the skin. And myself, I'm not gonna call myself dumb because I'm working on positive affirmations, but I just wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. And guess what happened? The sun burnt my nose. Now, how many of you guys are pickers? Okay, because you're looking at one. So if I have anything on my body that's like hard, I want my skin to be smooth. So it just kept hardening up, and then I'm just peeling it and it's just getting bigger, and I didn't even realize how big it was getting until I started looking at old tutorials from like, oh, I just got back in town, let me do this tutorial, and it's bigger now than it was in the tutorial. So I was tired of it getting bigger and bigger, so I started to change my skincare routine because I was obviously doing something wrong. And the product I'm using on my brows is the NYX brow glue. It literally puts those brows in its place. Okay, then I'm going to use the back of my razor because I keep a razor in my kit. Okay, y'all see the difference? Because I got some thick brows. I actually need to do my brows today, but I'm not going to. Okay, and then we're going to let that dry. Where's my fan? When you have full brows, you don't need to fill them in all the time, especially if you're not going anywhere. Oh my God, these Faded Beauty eye patches feel so good under my eyes. Oh my gosh. But yeah, guys, so for all you guys asking, that's what happened to my nose. I was trying to get glass skin and messed up my skin. Okay, I was using some retinoid and then went out in the sun without sunscreen. So make sure you guys wear sunscreen if you're using any type of skincare that's going to thin the skin, because you don't want this to happen to you. It is now, what is this? This month is July, and this has been on my nose since March. And as you can see here, it started off very small. So you see those pictures. So it started off very small, and then it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it got to a point where I was just like, okay, I gotta keep it hydrated. Because I would literally hydrate it when I leave, before I leave the house. And then it would just get crusty and dry and ugh. And I just can't take that. So I would just peel it off, make it smooth again. And that's just not what you're supposed to do. And I understand what I did wrong in the situation. Like everybody was asking me what was wrong. People were, I had another company reach out to me and they were like, oh, we want to do a facial on you. And I'm just like, well, I'm having a little issue right now. And when I send people a picture of it, they just think the worst. Like somebody even said, oh, do you have skin cancer? I'm just like, why would you go there? I think that happens over time. It's not something that just happens out of the blue. Like your body will give you signs and stuff like that, but it's healing. Let me show you guys some of the stuff that I've been using. So something that's very important to me, I've been using the honey, and I've seen it lighten. Honey and turmeric face mask. So I mixed these two together. I even put a little I put a little lemon inside of it just to kind of dilute it, because honey is good for the skin. Turmeric is good for demarcations, hyperpigmentations, acne scars, all that stuff. And then lemon is also really good for the skin too. So I mix those together and create a mask for that for a couple, I'll leave it on for like 15 minutes and then just rinse it off. Something else that's really good for the skin, these under eye patches, of course, but then I've also been using the creamy eye treatment with avocado from Kiehl's. This is a really good under eye cream. I like Kiehl's because they use real ingredients. And then the moisturizer I've been using is from Kiehl's as well, and it's their Ultra Face moisturizer. So I'll be using it today. But what you want to make sure you are using is some it's some SPF, okay? And this is SPF 50 sunscreen, okay? So listen to me, guys. If you don't wear SPF, start today, okay? You see what it did to me. It just, my skin was thin and it burnt me, and I've been dealing with it. And you don't want to make a 30-minute decision and it affects you for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So listen to me, all right? So those under eye patches are the bomb. But look how much, I've had this for a while, and you don't even need a lot. Like a little goes a long way. this under eye cream, but it feels so good. Like, have you ever just got out of the shower and then you bend over and your back, like, it's just so dry that it's cracking? Like, look how good that looks under my eyes. Like, just so hydrated. Okay. Now, I put my moisturizer on first, and then I put sunscreen on after, because I want that sun now. Now. Wish I would have did that before. Where's my mirror? I can't see anything. But I put that sunscreen on now after, to make sure that the sun is hitting that bad boy, okay? So I put the moisturizer on first. Make sure I'm moisturizing this part. Moisturizing under the eye. These eyebrows are in place, honey. You see them? I make sure I get that real good. Just make sure it sits into the skin. Like, look how good my skin looks. If I didn't have this blemish on my skin would just be irradiant, okay? But it's okay, cause she's healing, cause it was darker than this. It was really dark. Look at that, looking so good. So now that we've done the under eye, we've done the moisturizer, now we're gonna do the SPF. And again, this is SPF 50, okay? Now it's kind of set in my hand, so that means it's gonna be set in my face too. And you can kind of feel it setting. Now I'm gonna focus on my nose because that's the craziest part, but I'm also gonna put it all over my skin just to protect it, you know? And a little goes a long way with that, but with this trauma on my nose, I just really want to make sure I give my skin a good coat. And you know what's crazy is I've never had to wear SPF, but that's how life works. Life will literally give you a trauma, and then you'll change everything, your whole routine, because of the trauma, so you don't go through what you went through. Now the sunscreen is going to start off looking all white and casty, but as you moisturize it into the skin, it's going to turn into a moisturizer. So as you can see, my skin is extremely hydrated. So now we can move on to our foundation. So because I have a blemish, you have to be very careful, because if you use something that's your color, it will literally seep through it. So you have to go a little deeper when it comes to the blemish. So I am using the concealer first. And as you can see, I didn't even double dip, y'all. Look at all this concealer. That's amazing, okay? That concealer's so pigmented, it's like ridiculous. Okay. So we're just gonna blend that out. So as you can see, this is close to my skin color, but I need something a little deeper. So now I'm gonna go back with the, and that was an Hourglass concealer too, by the way. So now I'm gonna go back with the Hourglass They call this a foundation stick, but I only use this for contouring. So I'm going to use this to bring back warmth to the face. Okay. I'm going to use a stiff brush so I can blend it the way I want it to blend. Now this is the part that gets a little tricky. So I'm gonna attempt to try to just contour my nose without putting the foundation on. We'll see. So I think eventually it will be to the point where I don't need it, but right now I can still see it, you know? So I'm gonna go back with a little foundation. This foundation is also gonna warm me up, and this is from Urban Decay. So this is my tan color when I have a tan, y'all. So the first place I'm going to start is my nose to cover that bad boy up. Then I'm also going to use it in other areas of the face just to give me a little bit more coverage. Shoot, I'm putting it everywhere. I really like the way this looks. And one coat was a little bit good, as you can see, but in photos and in this mirror, I can still see it. So I'm gonna do a little bit more on top. And when I'm doing it, I'm not rubbing. I'm just literally tapping to build the product so we can conceal it. So basically what I did was I added a little bit more concealer in specific areas to kind of brighten the areas that I wanted to highlight, so it wasn't just so one-dimensional. And then now I'm just contouring the nose. And really I didn't even add product. I still have this brush that had the concealer on it, so I literally just took that brush and just put it back in those areas, and it kind of brightened up the areas that I needed. Just like that. I feel like this is a really nice natural glam, and it covers the blemish, and it's also a really quick application. So now let's get into some blush. Now if you are a powder girl, you could leave it just like this, but I'm going to add a little color, so I'm going to do a little blush today. Just a little blush. Just a little blush. And this is from Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm going to use a really good fluffy brush to kind of blend her out. because a little goes a long way. And I'm using a cream because I want that nice glowy. So you see how it starts and you see how it blends. So it's a really nice color. And this is one of them old school MAC brushes that was hair fibers. You know, none of the MAC brushes now are real hair fibers, they're synthetic. How do you guys feel about that? But yeah, see, that looks really good. So now I'm gonna go back with Gold Deposit on the cheeks just to give it a little bronze and a little glow. And now I'm going to set under my eye just a little bit, not a lot. And I'm going to take the Laura Mercier setting powder to set under the eyes. But first, I want to look up, get that out the way so there's no creasing. If you look down for a period of time, it'll start to crease. So now I need to see what I'm doing. Oh yeah, see, that looks so much better. We're just gonna put it in specific areas, not everywhere, just specific areas to prevent shine. And you know, I actually used, the contour stick as my eyeshadow today. You see how that setting powder just kind of takes away the shine? Because you don't ever want to come off as oily. Dewy is one thing, and dewy is just like in specific areas. Shiny is like everywhere. Oily is like everywhere. So you can even look at the camera and see where you want to put that powder. And I sweat on my upper lip, so I have to make sure that that area is matte. Also my smile lines, or any place that has lines. So I look in the mirror, what areas do I see? Above this brow, above this brow. And we are coming together, baby. This is, like I said, a nice natural glam to cover up any blemishes that you might have. If I can cover up this big blemish, you can cover up your small blemishes or acne scars. Just always make sure you wear sunscreen and you always use a darker color before you put on your lighter color to kind of conceal that. Now let's add some mascara. So the mascara I'm going to use is from Lancome. This one right here. This mascara is really good to me because it literally grabs the lash and just lifts it up. But it's also your technique that matters. You have to start from the bottom and work your way up. You can't just put on mascara all lightly and expect to have a lash transformation. And then you also have to put on a couple coats. But you can even see the difference right now. And look at that. You can see the difference between this eye and this eye. Such a huge difference. As I've been in this makeup game for 15 years doing my makeup for this long, sometimes you just want to put on some mascara. You don't feel like wearing lashes. So this is a go-to mascara that I really like, and it's called Lancome. And you only need about 2 coats, and you just need that form to make it work. So as you can see, we have a complete look. The blemish is covered, and now we're just gonna do the lips. So I just wanna do something really simple today. So we're going to do Becky. It's a shimmery lip gloss from Looks of Vanity in Willow lip liner from Looks of Vanity. So if you want to purchase, go to looksofvanity.com if you like this combo. It's a very neutral combo. All right, so we're gonna use Willow lip liner. I always say give yourself a little smile so you can see exactly where the lip liner is going to be. And then we're just going to add the gloss on top. And there you have it. This is such a cute lip combo from Looks of Vanity. It's natural, it's cute, and it has a little shimmer to it. And then to top everything off, I'm going to use setting spray from Urban Decay. It's my favorite setting spray. And it has hyaluronic acid, watermelon fruit extract, and it's a long-lasting makeup setting spray for all day. Okay.